The East End Film Festival began life in 2001 as a showcase for budding film and video makers from one of the most ethnically diverse areas of London. Since then, it's grown rapidly and now attracts films from across the world. This year's festival is spread over 8 days, 10 venues and 3 London boroughs.
It was set up 7 years ago in Tower Hamlets borough, and since then it's grown to the whole of the East End, which is Tower Hamlets, Hackney and Newham, which is the whole area of the east of London, which encompasses a huge diverse population. So within that area we're able to create a platform for all the local filmmakers that come from pretty much every nationality of the world that are all concentrated in that area of London.
This year's films reflect 2 main themes: New Eastern European cinema, which is a reflection of the growing numbers of new East End residents from recent European Union accession countries, and the trials and tribulations of the rebellious teenager.
Anyone can submit their film, and then we have a team of people that will actually go through all the submissions and choose films that we think, create a good overall programme that reflects the diversity of the area.
Mouth to Mouth is a UK-German co-production directed and written by Canadian Alison Murray, a graduate of London's Royal College of Art. It stars Ellen Page, nominated for an Oscar this year for her performance in the film Juno.
The social structures that we've inherited from our parents.
RFK Must Die is a new documentary by British director Shane O'Sullivan. It analyses the assassination of US Senator Bobby Kennedy on June 5, 1968, suggesting the American Central Intelligence Agency may have known about the plot.
This is the story of Kennedy and his assassin. The official story...
Scottish micro-budget feature The Inheritance was shot over 11 days using natural light. It tells the story of 2 estranged brothers who are brought face to face when their father dies and leaves them an inheritance.
We advertise internationally. We have a strong local programme, as I've said before, but on top of that the international side is growing and growing because they're so interlinked with the inhabitants that actually live in the East End. We have so many communities that are resident, and of course that means that word is getting out, and as word's got out the festival's grown and we're getting more and more international submissions as that happens.
Shot in Bombay is actually a UK documentary directed by Liz Mermin. It follows the final frantic days filming on the set of a Bollywood action drama, Shootout at Lokhandwala. Saxon is a low-budget feature shot in London's East End, a cross between a thriller, a western and a surreal comedy. Saxon received its world premiere at the festival.
This year we were very mindful of the new EU inhabitants that had become residents in the area, so we had a very strong Eastern European programme this year. So we're already very mindful. That's been very popular. We've had for the first time ever, we've actually had sell-out screenings where I would say 90% were of native speaking as opposed to British speaking. So that's something we really want to build upon. So next year that will be growing even further.
The festival is centred on the Rich Mix building in Shoreditch, a former clothing factory that now hosts arts events and conferences.